I've been winning so long, it's like alchemy.
Welcome to Atlanta, where the players play, and Steph Curry pulls up from half court like a day. First quarter, this happens. Steph Curry rolls the surgically repaired right ankle, yes, on Zaza Pachulia's foot, y'all. And Warrior Nation stops breathing for a few minutes as he heads to the locker room. He would return, and he was absolutely lit. Pulls up from three. And it's funny how sometimes a scare, an injury scare, can do something like this to you. Second quarter, he just comes out and just takes over. He's hitting everything, ultra aggressive. The fast chef rhythm gets busy and extends the lead for Golden State going into the half. Third quarter, Golden State Warriors fans remember this man. Bobblehead Bays, the lefty, the greatest cheerleader in Warrior history, got himself an $80 million contract and is starting for the Atlanta Hawks. And he got busy on his former teammate, one Steph Curry, and actually went blow for blow and was lighting up the Warriors. Part of the reason why the chef was pulled, I don't know. Half court prayer, why not? Dennis Schroeder had himself a night, and the Hawks hanging around against the champs. Golden State pretty disinterested in this game with the exception of Steph Curry and his second quarter outburst. But we're kind of going through the motions, and a red-hot Atlanta backcourt continued to score. As you see the score now, Golden State sloppy late turnovers. Nick Young to ice it in the corner, not going to be able to get it. Atlanta pushes the ball, and like I said, look at the body language, look at the attention. Close out on a corner three, fouls him. So the Hawks with life. Curve's like, I ain't really worried about nothing. So here we go. Final possession. Boom, gang. Boom, gang. Andre Iguodala, the steal, the hammer, the game.
Man, that was a dog shit finish to that game. I didn't enjoy that, man. And I don't think Draymond did either. Did you see him kind of chewing out Nick Young there on the end of the bench after the game? Nick can't take nothing serious. I'll cover a little bit more of that and that footage in my Patreon tomorrow. But let's address the biggest subject on this night, and it's Steph Curry's right ankle, obviously, right? You know your boy's got to hit you with an analogy. You know I got to, right? So you're driving to work. You're not very thrilled about going to work. It's another day on the grind, right? It's a Tuesday. It's not even damn Wednesday. It's not even hump day, right? It's just another day. It's a Tuesday, and you just got to get through the day, right? And you get to the office, and your boy's like, hey, man, they're letting some people go today. All of a sudden, it's not a normal day at the office, right? So you get pulled back in the locker room or that office, that manager's office, right? And they tell you, we enjoy your services and we're glad to have you. You know, we want to keep you around. We like what you've been doing. So once you head back to your desk, all of a sudden you have a new lease on life, right? At least for that day, you're working a little harder. Everything's all good, right? And it's funny how sometimes it takes a scare or a minor crisis for you to just realize what you have and live in the current moment, in the present. And we all use that in life, right? And that's what happened with Steph. We've talked about this before, basketball mortality. And anytime a player, especially someone of that caliber, kind of, is reminded of their basketball mortality, they usually respond very positively. And I think what it allowed for Steph to do is, in his mind, he's thinking, man, I'm not overexerting myself. I'm taking it easy. We're playing the Hawks, right? And even when I'm going half-assed or I'm not playing that hard, my career could be over. I could bust my surgically repaired ankle. I could blow my knee out even when I'm not going hard. So why hold back? Let's play in the moment. Let me go hard. And you saw him come out with an emotional burst and had that offensive onslaught right after he rolled the ankle. And so just a little insight into the psychology of what I think happened when he rolled the ankle, and then all of a sudden his rhythm was better, he was more aggressive, and his shot was dropping. Now, Nick Young, while Steph was out, really kind of had maybe his best stint of minutes as a Warrior in the first half of a game. And what you're noticing is that his favorite shot really is that one dribble, that quick one dribble rhythm, and then step back into the shot. And now that he's being more aggressive and he's finding more opportunity for that, you're seeing him be more effective on that end of the court. Now, towards the end of the game, he had some mishaps along with the other young Warriors, and we can talk about that again in that Patreon video. But offensively, Nick's starting to come into rhythm. The guy that's struggling, and it's funny because all of a sudden, Andre Iguodala, I'm never going to doubt you again. I'm never going to doubt you again, man. He really, it's cliche. You can't flip the switch. Iguodala flipped the damn switch, right? He flipped the switch. It's clear after the All-Star break. He's like, all right, y'all think I'm done? Y'all think I'm done? Alk, you think I'm done? Hell nah. So that's been great to see, and he's made me a believer again. That said, on the offensive end, Draymond is in a sunken place, man. Draymond's in a sunken place, and the spacing on the floor is getting worse and worse with him on there because he's not even looking for his shot whatsoever. We know he's shooting in the 20 percentile from the three-point range, but he's still got to keep the defense honest, and now he's turning down open shots late in the shot clock, and it's really putting our offense in jeopardy. That said, though, big picture, Draymond, one of his greatest assets is that he's highly adaptable. If you pay attention to Draymond Green in his career, and what he does is he tends not to make the same mistake twice, unless it's turnovers and outlet passes, but I'm going to leave that alone. But what I mean is he's constantly tweaking and working on things he needs to work on. He's too smart of a basketball player, and he's too prideful of a man not to. And so come playoff time, and by that time, I have confidence that he's going to get out of this offensive funk. Remember when he was hitting those floaters in the little mid-range game he was developing? I think he'll get back to it. He just needs to realize it and focus and realize that's lacking right now for them. The Atlanta Hawks, the Chance the Rapper Bazemore, man. I like Baze, the former Warrior. I don't think he's as phony as Chance the Rapper is, right? But they look identical. And there were a couple of things that's going on with Bazemore, right? So obviously he was a Warrior. And so there was an added level of comfort going against Klay Thompson and going against Steph Curry. He's gone against them countless times in practice, over and over again with reps. And that gives you a familiarity, and therefore that gives you a comfort level, and then that gives you a confidence. And so that's part of the reason why he was just so fluid and he played so well. Another reason is if you look at the Atlanta Hawks, there is no star player that you have to yield to. Dwight Howard is gone, right? And I know his star days are far from that, but he still was considered the guy. And a guy like Bazemore now, he doesn't have to worry about the star or if he should take that shot or not. He's got an ultra green light, and that's really opened up his game along with Dennis Schroeder. Now, Taurean Prince, I like him as a utility guy. I don't think he should be shooting that many threes, man. I know that's where the game is at, but my eye test tells me no with that. The end of that game, though, man. Sleepwalking through it. Now, there's 3 days off until they get back to Oracle. So obviously all eyes are going to be on Steph Curry and that ankle, and it keeps surprising me. I don't know what Chelsea, obviously she's like this innovative trader that they brought in right from Australia. I believe Bogut recommended her. I don't know. But, the proof is in the pudding. It just never ceases to amaze me when a guy, one of our core four, tweaks something and then they're right back out there. They'll go to the locker room and they're right back out there. So I don't know what kind of voodoo she works, but she seems to have no problem putting our stars back into a game after they've tweaked something. But it'll be interesting to see if he plays Tuesday. Is it the Nets? Y'all can remind me if it's the Nets. But if it's the Nets, let's sit Steph. But I mean, it's easier said than done. These guys, even though they play half-assed, they want to play. Hit that like, share, and subscribe. I'm out, y'all.